So now Elon Musk says that when it comes to spending money in politics, he's done enough. And for once, I do agree with him. I do believe that he has done enough. He helped to pave the way into this authoritarian nightmare that we are now in. And so he will never get a free pass from me. It's so crazy to me because Donald Trump would have never made it anywhere in this world if he hadn't had a rich daddy who gave him everything, and he wouldn't have ever became president again if he hadn't had another rich dude pull him out of the fire and push him back down all of our throats. So here we are now trying to sort this out after Elon has made a complete mockery out of everything and showed us just how corrupt our government truly is. He went in there under this guise of he was going to cut out waste, fraud, and abuse, and instead he just exposed what we all knew all along, and that is that pretty much everything goes to the highest bidder. So I want to go here to this article real quick from MidasNews.com, and then we're going to watch Elon try to spin this in his favor. Of course, the way they always spin it is everybody's out to get them. We're all being mean to them. It's the legacy media. We're all just being so mean and cruel. But here was this article here. I want to read this one for you. So Elon Musk to cut back on political spending. He says, I've done enough. Interesting timing after he left the White House. And this one was written by Troy Matthews. So after spending hundreds of millions of dollars to elect Donald Trump in 2024, Elon Musk announced at the Qatar Economic Forum this week that he would be significantly cutting back on political donations in the future. In terms of political spending, I'm going to be doing a lot less in the future. I think that I've done enough. The news comes as Musk has returned to his day job as a Tesla CEO after 4 months serving as a special status employee to the White House, operating as the head of the secretive DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, laying off hundreds of thousands of federal workers with the purpose of eliminating wasteful government spending. He's finished, done, gone. He polls terribly. People hate him, an anonymous GOP operative told Politico, reporting on the fact that Trump has stopped mentioning Musk in social media posts, and the former co-president has dropped off the radar. He'd go to Wisconsin thinking he can buy people's votes, wear a cheese hat, and act like a 9-year-old. It doesn't work. It's offensive to people. Is the Trump-Musk split now official? If I see a reason to do political spending in the future, I will do it, Musk said, but I currently do not see a reason. So, that's got to kind of have MAGA shaking in their boots just a little bit because they know that the reason they got back to the dance is because of Elon. And so without him in the future, it might not be so bright for them. And especially ain't going to be so bright once they realize that the damage this man has actually done and more people starts to speak out. But of course, Elon is always going to spin this that it's just the legacy media being mean to him, that somehow people are painting this picture of him. Take a look.
Question is more about your work at Doge, for example. Was that worth it? To the extent you are now, Elon, you were a somewhat divisive figure 2 years ago, but now you really are. I mean, there are people who love you, but there are a lot of people who dislike you, some of whom were your customers. And I wonder, was it worth the undertaking at Doge and everything else that you've done and how outspoken you've been in terms of the things you believe in to antagonize so many potential buyers and or users of things like a robo-taxi?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, what I've learned is that legacy media propaganda is very effective at making people believe things that aren't true.
What would an example of that be?
That I'm a Nazi, for example.
Right.
And how many legacy media publications, talk shows, whatever, try to claim that I was a Nazi because of some random hand gesture at a rally where all I said was that my heart goes out to you, and I was talking about space travel.
That's just a classic spoiled billionaire MAGA kind of response. Just pout. I mean, he literally is so emotional. Anytime he's in an interview, he looks like he's about to break down and cry and just kick and scream and throw a tantrum like the kid on the Andy Griffith show that wanted his bike back. I mean, he is always just right on the verge of a meltdown, and he sits there and acts like that it's everyone's fault but his own, and that the legacy media did this to him. Nobody. You went out there and the world saw you do that Nazi salute, and then you tried to gaslight everybody into believing that it was just some sort of awkward hand gesture or that you tried to blame it on autism. He has insulted people's intelligence so much and then went in here and just cut out people's jobs and their livelihoods right out from under them. That's what people have a problem with. It's when someone who is rich and powerful helps someone else get rich and powerful only to turn around and to punch down at everyone else. It's not the legacy media. When I would argue that the legacy media really hasn't covered it truthfully, because when I've went out to the protest, The ones that I've been to, the people that I've talked with, I have seen more people kicking against Elon Musk than I have Donald Trump. I see more signs against him than I do Trump. And when I talk to people, the first words out of their mouth is Elon Musk. That's who they want to talk about. And there are people out there who firmly believe that he was the co-president or that he was in control of it all and that he just helped Donald Trump avoid jail. There's a whole lot of people that feels that way. So they always want to play the victim. They always want to cry. They always want to make it like that the legacy media painted them out to be something they weren't. No, we saw you for exactly what you were, and we didn't like it. And you became so unpopular that even Donald Trump had to stop talking about you. If you'll notice, a lot of people in MAGA have just suddenly stopped talking about him. It's because he's not popular with the people, and it's because of the things that he done. If you go out there and you help people and you listen to people and you talk to people, it doesn't matter how much money you have. I've made this argument before. It's not that I have any hatred or jealousy of someone's success. It's not about someone being rich. FDR was a rich man, but he helped people in need. The Kennedys were born rich, but they helped people in need. There are people out there who come into wealth and they turn around and help people. Elon Musk could have ended world hunger twice. He doesn't. Elon Musk has more money in his couch cushions or in the ashtray of one of his shitty cars if they got one on it. He has more money just stuck away in places like that than any of us got in our entire bank account. If he saw any of our bank accounts, he would die laughing. He is in no way relatable to us and goes out there and makes the biggest fool out of himself ever, looking like the dude in Idiocracy with the chainsaw and wearing the cheese hat and doing the ridiculous salute, the hateful salute that he did. He did that. He put all the emphasis in the world, even when he done it. He was so proud of himself and then realized, hey, we don't like that here in America. That's not our kind of thing. We fought against that. Where the fuck are you coming from with that? So the dude is not relatable. Neither is Trump, but for some reason Trump does and I'm not giving Trump any credit, but he does a better job of just sounding like the dude down at the loading dock just bitching on his forklift. He comes off sounding like that guy. Elon Musk just comes off like the nerd, just like Bill Burr said. He comes off like the nerd who wants to fit in. And he looks over at Trump and sees what Trump's doing, and he thinks, oh, okay, so I saw him put on a coal miner's hat and give a thumbs up, so I'll put cheese on my head and see if that works. I'll yank out a chainsaw. It's so ridiculous. The man made an absolute mockery out of our government, out of our elections, out of our system, and then just wants to sit there and pout and whine and cry, and the poor legacy media done it to me, and I'm going away for good. Bye-bye, everybody. Buddy, don't let the door hit you on the way out, okay? You done enough. That I'll give you. You absolutely did more than you ever should have. We wouldn't be in this mess today without him. I really don't believe that. And it's just a real shame when you look at somebody who it wasn't going to affect him, and it wasn't going to affect another Trump presidency was never going to affect him, and he knew that. And all the bro podcasters and all the people that propped him up, it wasn't going to affect them. And now they're sitting back and they're watching it affect other people, and they're seeing people speak out against it. They're seeing people start to raise up against this authoritarian shit. So what are they doing now? They're going to go back and pick on Joe Biden's health. They'll take the conversation back over there because they can't talk about Elon. If they talk about Elon, it's going to piss a lot of people off. If they talk about the things Trump's doing, it's going to piss a lot of people off. So their only hope now is to just go back to playing their favorite hit of, let's make fun of Joe Biden. So, folks, I really do appreciate y'all sticking with me here on the channel. Thank y'all so much for your support. If you haven't already, be sure and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to do so, and we will keep standing up and telling the truth and calling out the nerds like Elon Musk.